I will take your information and I will mail you a shirt.
There we go. So even if we run out, you come up and talk to us. We'll make sure we hook you up with a T-shirt.
And you get a package in the mail. It's like Christmas. You're
That's
like,
right. That's right.
Nice.
Because we love our viewers. We want to reward you guys for, you know, I mean, we're doing this for you. So free T-shirts help you guys out. Hook you up. Anything exciting tomorrow that you guys are looking forward to?
I'm not even on tomorrow yet.
Not even on tomorrow yet?
Tomorrow doesn't start until I wake up and have a cup of coffee.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking they have so many top comic book people here. I wonder what, and not too many celebrities, so I wonder if the Chicago, or the Wizard World,
Anaheim,
is really hurting on comic people.
Yeah, Anaheim has a ton of celebrities. I looked at when we got back to the hotel tonight, and Anaheim has a ton of celebrities.
It's so weird, you know.
But they don't have any comic books.
Right.
We got all the top people are here.
Like if you're a comic book fan, you're gonna find something.
If you're like I went to the the Irredeemable panel with Mark Waid from Boom Studios, and that was, I mean, they literally had like this small little theater that they had everybody in, and he just kind of sat down and he said, "I don't really have a presentation. If you guys have questions, I'm just kind of here to talk." And it was, 45 minutes of basically a bunch of people just sitting around talking about the comic.
That is cool.
And, they would ask some questions and give out some comments, and he'd listen and he'd talk back, and it was just as if you were, like, hanging out at his house talking to him. I mean, it was the most awesome panel I've probably ever been to at any one of these shows. But the thing was, it was like at 6:30, everyone else had gone home for the day, so it was only like 20 of us sitting in this room. So it's like people missed out on probably what was one of the best panels I've ever been to. And maybe the fact that nobody was there made it that much cooler.
That could be.
The fact that there were only 20 people there, you guys got like,
a more personable experience.
Yeah, I mean, he sat there, like if you asked a question, he answered you.
Right.
He wasn't answering the crowd, he was looking at you, answering your question.
Cool.
And that type of interaction with creators you don't get a whole lot. Even the DC Nation panel, which was packed, there were several hundred people packed into that auditorium. They still did it as, here's a microphone, you ask a question, and all of us sitting up here are going to answer it. They didn't have slides, they didn't run through a presentation. It was just like, okay, here's the mic, you guys asked, we're going to answer.
Cool.
So those are some really neat stuff going on with those panels.
That's really kind of how the Diamond panel seemed to go too, because the Diamond panel was just literally one guy sitting at a table who was like one of the guy that's like the head of the whole mini-mate department at Diamond, and he basically sat down and was just answering questions. Art Asylum, right? Art Asylum. And he just basically, he came in with a bag of mini-mates, of the Battle Beast mini-mates, and was just like, ask me questions and I'll give you one of these.
No, he was more like, apparently nobody wanted to ask the questions, so he was using them to force people to ask questions.
And when he came in, he said, I have this bag of mini-mates. If you want one, you have to ask me a question.
What are you doing?
What's happening over here?
That was unnecessary.
So, and one of the other things is that Vertigo, at their panel discussion, they had gotten publishers' proofs of some of their books coming out in like August and September, October. And if you asked questions, they were giving you those proofs. So you were actually getting an advanced black and white copy of a book that's not coming out for several months.
That's cool.
And they had Peter Straub there, who's a horror author, has done a ton of novels, and he's just up there, he's cackling, and he's like telling jokes with the guys, and he's got his iPhone out, and he's taking pictures, and Mark Waid, when he was doing his panel, he's like, all right, everybody, get in together, I want to take a picture of my point of view, because everybody always takes pictures of me. So he took pictures of the people sitting out there in the crowd asking them questions. I mean, it's just like a lot of awesome, fun stuff. If you're big into comics, I mean, this is a great show as far as all that stuff goes.
Yeah, so we had a good time. We visited our buddies from Nerd City.
The Nerd City panel.
Those guys
always
tremendous.
Yeah, they always have
2 years, I still haven't met them.
Yeah.
Because their panel is always when I'm in another panel somewhere else.
Their panel is so much fun.
I've never seen them. They don't exist. You guys are making this up. I don't know.
No, their panel is literally just like, hey, come in and hang out with us.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they just sit there and they just joke around, and everybody in the room laughs, and it's serious. It's just so much fun.
And they had to we should have recorded, but it's not safe for.
No, it's not safe.
A lot of profanities, and but it's such a good time.
And they had the guy impersonating Easy.
Yeah, and they give out prizes too. They gave out Halo ODST with a controller
to the first person who asked a question.
All they did was say, somebody asks us a question, we'll give you a prize. And somebody asked them a question, they're like, you get Halo ODST with a controller for your Xbox 360. Weird. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It those guys are great, and they want to get us on their show really bad.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be doing that, meeting up with them in the future.
Yeah, which means that they'll schedule it some night that I already have another show.
But those guys,
I still never see them.
Those guys are a ton of fun. This is the second time we've.
No, they want us to travel back up to Chicago.
Yeah, we have to come to Chicago to do it. They do it on Monday nights, so it's gonna be one of those things.
Wrestling.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, guys.
Wrestling. What are you doing? Well, we can't miss wrestling. But the Diamond Art Asylum thing, I wanted to bring that up too because they talked about the Battle Beast some in that, and that was some really exciting news for me because this is. Ever since we got that Battle Beast from New York and did the review on it, and everybody finally got a chance to see those things, we've gotten so many questions about it. This was kind of the first time we got any real news.
Yeah, this was it.
So this is a massive line coming. They've got 300 figures in the works.
No,
they're bringing in the thumb rod.
So this is the way it was explained to us. Basically, when they're trying to decide what mini-mates to do, they just kind of search through the internet, find characters, they jot down lists of names, and that's how they come up with their ideas for these characters.
Fair enough.
So one day, I guess they were just deciding.
Process.
Yeah, they were deciding to go through. They were looking up names of old toy lines just to see, like where copyrights were, and they found out that the name Battle Beast had lapsed, and nobody owned the property, so they bought it.
Yeah.
They registered the Battle Beast name to themselves. And they decided that they were going to go ahead and just start making brand new figures in the mini-mate style of these Battle Beasts. So, this isn't really a remake of the old Hasbro line. This would also explain why they can't do the rub signs, because they don't actually own the rub sign technology,
or
they
the
said.
symbols.
That's also why we haven't seen the symbols.
So they took over the license, and now they can offer the license to Battle Beast for about $200, because that's what it costs to register something with the patent office.
Yeah.
And they can't use. They're not sure about the rubbing
sign,
because there might be a patent.
Yeah, that's what he
transfer,
said.
so
yeah, there might be a heat transfer.
They're kind of checking out to see if it's going to be okay or not. If it is okay, they'll go ahead and do it. But at this time, they don't plan on reproducing these figures. They plan on running with it in a new direction.
Yeah, so they're not going to be remaking old characters, I don't think. They're not going to be remaking old playsets, anything like that. They're going in a whole new direction with these. And the other thing he said is that they don't really have plans for Battle Beast right now.
Yeah, they're just basically give-outs for these conventions.
Yeah, right now they're just using it as their freebies for these conventions. So the one that we got at New York and the one we're getting at C2E2 is kind of all they've done with Battle Beast so far. And they have no plans as of right now. They said, you know, they're looking at what they're going to do with it in the next year or two. But they literally had no plans for these Battle Beasts. So it's kind of an interesting situation. It seems like one of those things where they just got lucky. You know, they were like, the Battle Beast license is free, let's jump on that in case we decide to do something with it. And they did, and now we just have to wait to see if they're actually going to do anything with it other than these freebies. I love the exclusives they've been giving us. I think they're really cool figures, and I would really like to see a whole line of those come out, and different animals and stuff.
I'm just really sad I didn't get the name for $200.
Yeah, like if it was that easy, why didn't we jump on it, right?
Quick. Where's some other toy lines?
Let's start coming up with some other toy lines, quick. But, yeah, so that was some interesting news. We did film that panel, and we're going to upload that so you guys can watch it. Also, we already reviewed the new Battle Beast that were handed out, so look for that on the site as well. And any of these other panels that we're going to, we're taking notes, and we're filming them, so if you guys are interested in seeing any of the stuff that we saw, make sure you check the site. We'll upload them as often as we can. So,
alright.
You guys got anything else, or are we gonna?
I gotta get back to work.
Get back to work?
Yeah. More uploading.
More editing and uploading to go. So day 1 down. We got 2 more days to go. So until tomorrow, guys. I'm Pixel Dan.
I'm Devall.
I'm Killen.
I'm Flava, Shifty Eyed, and about 5 other nicknames today.
Yes, we gave more nicknames today.
Flava, Shifty Eyed Dave.
We'll
and I'm not.
And he's not. We'll see you guys tomorrow.